Let's talk about something we all face: disappointments. You know those days when you wake up excited and happy, feeling like everything is going well, but soon encounter unexpected news or a situation that doesn't go as planned. It's frustrating, right? Sometimes, these little things pile up and leave us feeling down, as if a dark cloud is hovering over us. We live in challenging times where work pressures, social relationships, and even the expectations we place on ourselves can become sources of stress and disillusionment. In a world where social media only shows the best moments of others' lives, it's easy to feel alone in this struggle. But here's the good news: Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, can offer us valuable tools for dealing with these feelings. In this video, I'll share 6 practical methods to help you face your disappointments and stay calm even when everything seems to be falling apart around you. I want to show you how we can turn these tough moments into opportunities for growth. Imagine being able to look at difficulties from a new perspective, finding serenity amidst chaos. It's possible. I'm here to guide you on this journey of self-discovery and resilience. Are you ready to turn the page? Let's review those little disappointments with fresh eyes. This method encourages us to see daily challenges as raindrops. One may go unnoticed, but when they accumulate, they can soak us. By acknowledging each drop, we have the chance to find shelter, adjust our umbrellas, and keep our journey comfortable and light, preventing the storm from bringing us down. The same goes for our routines. Often, we don't face major crises or catastrophes, but a string of small daily annoyances that, when added up, create unbearable emotional weight, leading us to feelings of anxiety and dissatisfaction. Stoic philosophers urge us to rethink these little daily irritations. Instead of letting them pile up and rob us of joy, we can adopt a new way of viewing our daily challenges. For instance, think about the feeling we get when we're about to prepare a meal, only to realize we're missing a key ingredient, or when we're ready to relax after a tiring day, and the neighbors start making noise, interrupting our peace. These small setbacks can often test our patience and leave us frustrated, right? These little inconveniences may seem huge at the moment. However, by shifting our perspective, we can recognize that while these feelings are valid, they don't have to become an excessive burden. Looking back in history, we see that many people faced much bigger challenges without the comforts and conveniences we have today. They dealt with far more complex issues with far fewer resources. Applying this Stoic perspective helps us realize that many of our daily annoyances are, in fact, minor compared to the great challenges humanity has overcome. This doesn't mean our feelings aren't important. It just means we can reassess them so they don't overwhelm us. Adopting this view helps us live our days with more lightness and resilience. When we focus on what we can control and choose not to give too much importance to these small inconveniences, our actions become more directed and effective. Stoic philosophy teaches us to trust in our ability to face difficulties. In this way, inaction and indecision cease to be obstacles, allowing us to live more fully and satisfactorily. If we look to the past, we'll remember that simple journeys we take today in minutes once took hours or even days, demanding much more time. Remember how it felt to wait for a letter from a loved one. The wait was long, and the response could take weeks. Nowadays, a delay in receiving a message can annoy us or cause anxiety, but there were times when communication took days or even weeks to arrive, and people adjusted their expectations without great drama. This shows us that many things that irritate us today are actually luxuries of modern times. We have so many resources at our disposal, yet we still allow ourselves to be weighed down by small setbacks. It's not about denying our emotions or reactions to these situations, but rather learning to see them from a new perspective. This exercise invites us to manage small frustrations so they don't overwhelm us. As Cicero said, sometimes living is an act of courage. He wanted us to understand that the difficulties we face are part of a life rich in experiences and lessons. Think about it. Daily frustrations, like a delayed bus or a late delivery, can easily ruin our day. But what if we tried to see them as parts of a bigger picture? Our ancestors faced much greater challenges without the conveniences we have today. Accepting these frustrations as normal parts of our daily lives helps us view life more fully, realizing that both good and bad moments contribute to our growth. Seneca teaches us to look at life as a grand canvas, where each difficulty adds color to our story. He encourages us not to focus solely on the hardships, but to understand that they are part of a larger journey filled with lessons and achievements. By adopting this perspective, we not only navigate challenges but also grow from them, making our lives richer and more meaningful. We learn to see each difficulty as an opportunity for growth, a chance to develop resilience and inner strength. Thus, every little frustration becomes a step towards a fuller and more significant life. Consider the positive aspects of yourself. Courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom are fundamental values in Stoic philosophy that Marcus Aurelius highly admired. He believed that if someone discovered something more valuable than these four virtues, it would be truly extraordinary. For Stoics, every challenge we encounter in life represents a unique opportunity to practice and strengthen these virtues. A practical proposal is to dedicate 1 week to each virtue. Start by choosing one and committing to living it intensely during that period. For example, focusing on courage might mean waking up earlier to exercise or preparing a healthy breakfast. It doesn't have to be grand. Often, showing courage involves simply taking care of ourselves with kindness and determination. A deeper aspect of courage is the ability to resolve interpersonal conflicts. Imagine having a disagreement with a friend, family member, or colleague. Instead of letting resentment grow or avoiding the conversation, you decide to act courageously. You reach out to the person for a calm discussion, expressing how you feel without blaming anyone. This gesture also involves being open to hearing the other person's perspective, seeking to understand and resolve what happened. This attitude not only solves the initial misunderstanding, but can also strengthen the relationship, transforming daily challenges into genuine opportunities for personal growth, and strengthening interpersonal relationships is a key aspect of Stoic practice. By integrating these virtues into our daily lives, we not only overcome obstacles, but also expand our understanding of ourselves and others, enriching our personal journey meaningfully. Every daily action can be an opportunity to strengthen our courage, preparing us to focus on another virtue the following week. For example, when dedicating a week to justice, returning the extra change received at the store not only demonstrates our integrity in small acts, but also reinforces the importance of honesty in daily interactions. Recognizing and valuing our colleagues for their contributions to joint projects is another example of how to practice justice, ensuring everyone receives the recognition they deserve. During the week dedicated to wisdom, setting aside time to read or learn something new that can enrich our lives or careers reflects our commitment to continuous personal growth. This is an investment in ourselves and our knowledge and skills, helping us better handle challenges that arise. In the week of temperance, we can apply this principle in various ways. Practicing mindful consumption, such as resisting the temptation of impulse buying, involves pausing to reflect on whether a purchase is truly necessary and aligned with our financial priorities. Furthermore, temperance applies to time management, establishing clear boundaries between work and moments of rest, allowing us to recharge effectively and promoting a healthy balance between productivity and well-being. These practices are not just one-time exercises. They are part of a continuous process of personal development and self-improvement. Courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom are pillars guiding us toward a more meaningful and balanced life. By integrating these virtues into our daily routines, we not only strengthen our character, but also contribute to creating a more harmonious and just environment around us. Maintain a daily check-in routine. Seneca suggests setting aside a moment of tranquility each day to reflect on our experiences. This practice involves recognizing not only our mistakes, but also celebrating our successes and identifying situations where we could have acted differently. It's like conducting a personal review each day, allowing us to learn from our experiences. This idea has roots in the proposal of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, who in the 15th century introduced a method known as the daily examen. This method goes beyond a simple technique. It invites us on a profound journey of self-discovery and personal growth. By evaluating our daily actions, we have the chance to connect more intimately with ourselves, gaining a better understanding of our emotions, recognizing what motivates us or causes discomfort, and tracking our progress concerning virtues and values. Let's explore 3 fundamental points of this reflection. First, recognizing what we did wrong. Admitting our mistakes is essential for personal growth. We often hesitate to acknowledge our missteps out of fear that it will affect our self-image. However, understanding that our mistakes do not define us, but reflect our constantly learning human nature is liberating. By accepting them, we gain the ability to learn from them and become more aware, enabling us to act differently in the future. Celebrating achievements, no matter how small, is important. Sometimes we focus so much on areas that need improvement that we forget to value our successes. Recognizing our victories strengthens our confidence and motivates us to continue growing. The third point involves reflecting on how we could have acted differently. This reflection should not be seen as regret, but as an opportunity for learning. Identifying ways to act more effectively or compassionately helps us develop problem-solving skills and improve our interactions with others. By practicing this daily examination, we invest in our journey of self-discovery and self-improvement, cultivating a deeper connection with ourselves and those around us. No one is entirely right or entirely wrong, as the Stoics teach us. They emphasize that ignorance often leads to inappropriate actions, even in an age of easy access to information. Just knowing what is right is not enough. We need to cultivate the moral strength to apply that knowledge in practice. Recognizing our successes is essential for reinforcing positive behaviors. As we gain confidence in our abilities, we feel more encouraged to maintain these beneficial standards. This simple act not only improves our mental well-being, but also empowers us to act with kindness and integrity every day. Reflecting on what we could have done differently is a valuable opportunity for personal growth. For example, a sharp response to someone seeking information can be a moment to reconsider how to respond more kindly and constructively. Adopting this practice is not just an exercise in self-criticism. It is a step toward a more conscious and fulfilling life, where each day becomes a chance to learn and evolve. Epictetus reminds us that our actions are not isolated events. They shape our habits and our character. Reflecting on our daily choices helps us realize how small actions can impact our lifestyles. For instance, we could have used our time more productively instead of getting lost in online distractions. Without regular self-assessment, we miss the opportunity to recognize our progress. This exercise does not require much, just a simple notes app on our phones. Start doing it once a week by answering questions about your mistakes, successes, and what could have been done differently. This practice is powerful for promoting deeper self-awareness and leading a more meaningful life. Recognize and value your strengths. The Stoic philosopher teaches us that every challenge in life can be transformed into a valuable opportunity for personal and spiritual growth. Imagine facing an offense or criticism. Instead of reacting impulsively with anger or resentment, we can see this moment as a chance to exercise patience and understanding. This approach not only helps us maintain calm, but also teaches us to deal with human imperfections, both our own and those of others. During times of pain and difficulty, we often discover the depth of our resilience and the innate capacity we have to overcome adversity. These painful experiences, while challenging, force us to look within and find strengths we may not have known existed. Imagine facing a situation of loss amid grief. You might discover a new level of empathy, becoming more sensitive to the suffering of others, and thus cultivating deeper connections. Similarly, in the face of temptations, we have the opportunity to train our self-control and discipline. For example, by resisting the urge to indulge in harmful impulses, like the temptation to eat something that doesn't align with our health goals, we practice willpower. Each time we resist a momentary impulse, we are actually shaping our character and strengthening our ability to make healthier decisions in the future. This practical teaching from Epictetus invites us to an invaluable exercise. In any challenge, it is essential to remember the internal resources we possess. If we happen to notice a gap in our skills to handle a situation, this is the ideal moment to develop those skills and enhance our character. Life, with its complexities and nuances, is a school where every obstacle transforms into a valuable lesson, significantly contributing to our personal growth and emotional maturity. When we encounter challenges, it is common to focus solely on the immediate problem, temporarily forgetting the skills we are cultivating along the way or the similar experiences we have already overcome. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most notable Roman emperors and a devoted philosopher of Stoicism, reminds us that we should seek within ourselves. He invites us to look inward, where the source of goodness resides. Once this source is explored, it can flow incessantly and guide us toward a more meaningful life. This inner gaze is an invitation to self-knowledge and reflection. Internal wisdom helps us handle difficult situations because we recognize that the true origin of virtue and goodness is not outside us, but in our essence. By cultivating and valuing our internal reservoir of goodness, we create space for a life rich in meaning and authenticity. When facing difficulties, it is vital to remember the internal tools we have to cope with them. For instance, when dealing with challenges in a diet, we can exercise self-control by resisting the temptation of an extra piece of dessert or a soda that is not in our plan. On days when we feel lazy or unmotivated, we have the opportunity to practice self-discipline by committing to do our best in every task. Every small choice we make is a step toward building our character. Additionally, by sharing our knowledge and skills with a colleague or friend, we exercise generosity and empathy. Offering help inclusively and encouragingly strengthens our relationships while allowing us to see the beauty of collaborating with others, creating an environment of mutual support. Every situation we encounter along the way presents a unique opportunity for personal growth and continuous improvement. The constant practice of recognizing and consciously applying our internal resources not only helps us overcome challenges, but also strengthens our essence and contributes to our development as human beings. Every experience, no matter how difficult it may seem at first, carries within it the seed of transformation and self-knowledge. By embracing this perspective, we become more capable of facing adversities with courage, wisdom, and an open heart. Recognize. Here's the rewritten text in English. Embrace your emotions. Recognizing and accepting your emotions is a crucial step in overcoming disappointments and cultivating inner calm. Many times, we are taught to suppress our feelings, to put on a brave face, and move on as if vulnerability were a sign of weakness. However, Stoicism teaches us that facing our emotions honestly is a true demonstration of strength. When you allow yourself to acknowledge what you're feeling, you create space for a deeper understanding of yourself. Think of a situation where you felt disappointed. Perhaps you missed out on a job opportunity or went through a difficult breakup. Instead of turning away from the pain, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why does this affect me so much? This simple emotional identification exercise might seem challenging, but it is essential. This doesn't mean giving in to despair or sadness. Rather, it's about understanding that feeling sadness, anger, or frustration is a natural part of the human experience. One of the most powerful teachings of Stoicism is that emotions are not enemies. They are reactions that deserve to be understood and respected. You can greatly benefit from practicing mindfulness, a powerful tool that helps us stay present in the moment and observe our emotions without judgment. Set aside a few minutes each day in a quiet place, away from the noise and distractions of the world. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and bring your attention to your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body, allowing each breath to connect you more deeply with the present. As you settle into this mindful state, begin to notice the emotions that arise. It could be anxiety, sadness, frustration, or even a slight joy. Instead of trying to push them away or ignore them, observe them like clouds passing in the sky. They are there, floating, but they don't have to define who you are in this moment. As you recognize these emotions, ask yourself meaningful questions. What am I feeling right now? How does this emotion manifest in my body? Where do I feel tension or lightness? This simple yet profound exercise is the first step toward building a healthier relationship with your emotions. You start to understand that there's no need to fear them. Instead, you can embrace them. This process of self-acceptance is an act of courage and self-love. Remember, by observing your emotions without judgment, you create an inner space of acceptance and understanding, allowing them to manifest and eventually dissolve. Practicing mindfulness can also invite vulnerability, something many of us fear. There's a fear that by opening our hearts and recognizing our weaknesses, we become less strong or that others will see us as fragile. But the truth is, there is incredible beauty in vulnerability. It is through vulnerability that we genuinely connect with others, sharing experiences and creating deep, meaningful bonds. Consider inspiring figures like Nelson Mandela. He faced enormous disappointments and challenges, but instead of being defeated by his pain, he used it as fuel to promote peace and reconciliation. His willingness to acknowledge his own pain and transform it into action not only changed the course of his life, but also inspired millions around the world. Mandela shows us that vulnerability is not weakness, but a powerful force that can unite and heal. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we open up to a world of connection and empathy. Each time you allow yourself to feel your emotions and share your experiences, you not only liberate yourself, but also give others the opportunity to connect with you on a deeper level. Thus, by practicing mindfulness and accepting your emotions, you are not just taking care of yourself. You are contributing to a cycle of authenticity and compassion that can spread to those around you. In the end, true strength lies not in hiding our weaknesses, but in recognizing them and using them to become more human and empathetic. It is in this space of acceptance and connection that we find the true power of our emotions. Release the idea that feeling negative emotions is a sign of weakness. In reality, it is a sign of humanity. We all face moments of pain and disappointment. It's normal to feel sad, frustrated, or even angry. The important thing is how you choose to deal with these emotions. Allow yourself to be kind to yourself. Ask yourself, am I being too critical of myself for feeling this way? How can I treat myself with more compassion at this moment? By freeing yourself from guilt, you create space for healing. Recognizing and accepting your emotions is not a linear process. You may find some days easier than others. Remember, this journey is a fundamental part of personal growth. Each emotion you face is an opportunity to learn more about yourself and become stronger. Finally, open yourself to the possibility that acceptance is the first step to transformation. When you allow your emotions to surface and are willing to confront them, you begin to cultivate an inner calm that can withstand any storm. Life is made up of highs and lows, and each disappointment carries within it the seed of resilience. By embracing your emotions, you not only find peace, but also become more authentic and connected to the world around you. Recognizing and accepting our emotions is a journey we all face, especially in moments of difficulty. This process teaches us that feeling sadness, anger, or frustration is not a sign of weakness, but rather an essential part of the human experience. By looking inward and accepting our feelings, we not only find a path to inner calm, but also become more authentic and connected to those around us. Remember that each emotion brings with it a lesson and an opportunity for growth. By practicing self-compassion and vulnerability, we open ourselves up to transformation and resilience. This practice is not just a Stoic lesson. It is a way to care for ourselves and allow healing to occur. I hope this video inspires you to recognize and accept your emotions, helping you overcome disappointments and cultivate a fuller, more conscious life. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Also, Write Wise Stoic below to let us know you made it to the end. And if you want to delve deeper into these ideas, check out the suggestions on the final screen. Your journey of self-discovery and acceptance starts here. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.